Central Catholic and Camas. Girls lacrosse action here on the Oregon Sports Beat. Happy to have you along with us on this Thursday evening from Delta Park. Central Catholic coming into this game taking on a team from across the border in Washington. Camas has played 5 games this year. This is the first season Camas has been granted being allowed from the Washington Schoolgirls Lacrosse Association to play teams from Oregon, geographically making things a bit easier for this Camas program as they go right across and make the drive here down to Delta Park in North Portland to take on Central Catholic. Well, coming into this game, it's important to note that CC will be without part of their roster. They have some players out on a retreat right now, so not the full normal group of players for Central Catholic, but still obviously this Rams team with a ton of talent coming into this one. Pleased to have you along with us. I'm Chirs Clayton here with you from the bleachers, taking this one in, which should be an entertaining matchup here. Let's go through the roster for these two teams as we start off with Central Catholic here at home. Today, the group playing at the varsity level taking on Camas. It's Addie Hartmeyer, Emma Tim, Emma Wilson, Theo Bradford, Daphne Scotto DiCarlo, Sabrina Quinteros, Elise Lamb, Nina Bruce, Marin Leftia, Sarah Argento McCurdy, Olivia Urguhart, Nora Zimp, Tilly Dieter, Carson Walker, and Molly Mackey. The goalie today, Becca Josephson for CC. The head coach, of course, for the Rams is Sharon Zimp. For Camas, the road team in this matchup, a young roster overall that features 3 seniors. They've got Madison Ryan, Karis Linehan, Caitlin Zemer, Ellison Merritt, Emily Brasso, Katie Brasso. Those are the 2 head coaches' daughters. Bill Brasso, the head coach of Camas in his 3rd year at the helm. Lorelei McCarthy, Stella Mathina, Chloe Kaprowski, Kayla Bellamy, Naomi Costa, Allegra Brewerman, Charlie Grinstead, Kennedy Boatwright, Maggie Rarer, Peyton Williams, Lily Meyer, Audrey Junt, and Kennedy Palmer. And of course, once again, the head coach of the Camas Lions is Bill Brasso. Central Catholic coming off a game Tuesday in which they played at Hood River. They were held to just 5 goals at a 9-5 loss there at Hood River. One of their lowest outputs of the season for the Rams, trying to get back on track here at home against this Camas team. Central Catholic has shown the ability, of course, to put up a lot of goals. They had 22 goals in a game earlier this season. Camas coming into this one, they've played 5 league games thus far this year, making the trip on the road. They are in the top 20 of the rankings in the state of Washington lacrosse. This is a team with Katie Brasso, a big player to watch, an all-conference selection with more than 200 career goals and 300 career assists for the coach's daughter, Katie Brasso. And she'll have her hands full in this one against a terrific CC team. It'll be Camas coming out in their red uniforms, the Lions with white numbers on the left part of your screen. Central Catholic in white with those deep red numbers. Still a ways to go here in the regular season for these teams. This is kind of the point of the year where you see these squads start to make some great strides forward and some great improvements. Of course, CC here with part of the roster once again out of this game, out on a retreat, but they've had plenty of time together here over the course of the year and trying to take a step in the right direction. Of course, in the state of Oregon, everybody really chasing Jesuit and Lake Oswego. Those are the 2 powerhouses that have actually played in the last 3 state championship games, with Jesuit taking the last 3. Sharon Zimp, originally from Pennsylvania, her 2nd year at the helm as the head coach of Central Catholic. Help build this winning culture for the Rams. And CC takes the field once again.
Good evening. Welcome to Strasser Field, the home of the Central Catholic Rams. Tonight,
Against Central Catholic, taking the field here with the starters of Addie Hartmeyer, Emma Wilson, Daphne Scotto DiCarlo, Sabina Quinteros, Elise Lamb, Nina Bruce, Marin Lutfia, Nora Zemp, Tilly Dieter, Carson Walker, and Molly Mackey. Again, those are the starters out on the field for Central Catholic. And they will have Becca Josephson as the goalie in the cage today for the Rams. Get close to opening draw now. And it'll be Katie Brasso and Marin Lutfia set to take the opening draw of this non-conference clash between these two squads from Oregon and Washington, respectively. It's the Camas Papermakers taking on the Central Catholic Rams. PA announcer running through the safety and informational announcements here at Delta Park. Also finishing up some repairs in the goals, making sure that they are up to standards. The officials making those last-minute adjustments and fixes on the two cages here. Coming up on the opening draw here, 7:42 is the time. Make it 7:43. 62 degrees right now as the sun starts to set behind the trees. Got up to about 70 degrees here. It's been a beautiful day in Portland. And Caitlin Zemer will be the goalie today for this Camas team. Adjustments and repairs to the net are complete, and we are just about ready to go. Again, it is Katie Brasso, the senior, and Marin Lutfia getting ready for the opening draw once the official's ready. A lot of these players do know each other. Obviously, the familiarity, the geography of these players just over the border in Camas, Washington from Portland. A lot of them play club lacrosse against and with one another. So these players are familiar with each other, even though they are from different states. A lot of friendships and maybe even rivalries between these two squads here. Adjusting for the open draw between Lutfia and Brasso. Ball on the turf, and CC able to come away with it. Running down the near side, that's Nina Bruce to get control for the Rams. Lost the handle, able to scoop it back up. The Rams with the opening possession of this game. Again, this is Central Catholic team without their full roster today. Number of players away on a retreat, but it's still a very talented group out there and great opportunities for some of the younger players as well. Molly Mackey looking for an opening, lost the handle, loose on the turf and picked up by Camas. Trying to run the other way, this is Brasso with it. Brasso firing it forward. Nice pass to the running Linehan. Now they go all the way forward, and a whistle against Central Catholic. That's Chloe Kaprowski, who's able to get possession for Camas. Now goes the near side to Brasso. Brasso looking for an opening. More than 200 career goals for her, the senior. Her sister, Emily Brasso, also on the team. She is out today with a concussion, not playing in this one. Nice pass in the middle, an opportunity blocked away by Josephson. And a quick shot in the middle there from Maggie Rarer. Saved by Josephson. Keep us scoreless coming up on 2 minutes in. Brasso putting on the move. There's a whistle. And a foul against Central Catholic. So a dangerous opportunity here with Katie Brasso from a free position. Becca Josephson, the goalie, trying to step up. Brasso launches, and it's saved away. Tried to skip it on the turf. Picked up, though, by Camas. Underhand shot blocked away again. The shot there came from Chirs Linehan. Becca Josephson coming up big early on for Central Catholic in the cage. And we stay scoreless. Camas not able to take advantage of the free position shot. Lamb passing forward to Zimp. This is Nora Zimp on the move. Lost the handle, though. Trying to pick it up on the run, and she is able to. Ludfia spinning back and forth. Defended well. Tightly there by Maggie Rarer. Now possession to Bruce for CC. Bruce surveys. Cradling. Katie Brasso's on her. Finding a lane through the middle. Shooting, and a foul called. It's against Central Catholic. It's on Bruce. Wasn't able to finish the shot, but called with the violation anyway. Zemer in the net doing a nice job there, answering the call for the first time today once again. Now coming up on 4 minutes into this first quarter. And another whistle against CC again, and now this is Maggie Rarer. Rarer with a big chance here. Trying to put Camas on the board. Another free position shot for the Papermakers. And here she is, firing, and it's in the air. A dangerous bounce. Still loose, and thrown in. No goal. She's in the crease. The goal's waved off. Linehan thought she had the finish. We stay scoreless. CC trying to answer. At the center line, picked up in a transition opportunity for Bruce. Nina Bruce on the move. Waits for a teammate. Good transition defense there by Camas, able to get back. Bruce still getting through, but her shot's off target. Oh, what a sequence there. Through it all, we remain scoreless. Lutfia with it. Into the X. Behind the cage, looking for a teammate. A couple defenders converging. Tight pressure defense from Rarer. Still in possession. Staying with it. Lefty shot is in. The resilience there of Lutfia. She's able to wheel all the way around and do it herself. Unassisted goal to get CC on the board. 6:36 to go in the first quarter. And a 1-0 lead for Central Catholic. So he went low with it under Zemer, the sophomore goalie. Looked like the defense had her hemmed in pretty well. And then maybe they kind of took a breath, assuming she was going to pass it off, but she just stuck with it. Lufia able to find the net for the first goal of this game. Last draw, the opening draw. Central Catholic was able to come away with it. Brasso against Lufia again. And CC has it with Scotto DiCarlo. Showing the speed, finding some room. And a nice pass over to Molly Mackey. There's a whistle and an offside called against Camas. Too many in the attacking area. So Kayla Bellamy goes back to the midfield area. We play on. CC in possession still. This is Mackey on the move towards the cage. Fires and just off target to the left. Rams still in possession. Lufia again. Going low once again. Knocked away by Zemer. And collected by CC. Lamb looking for some room. Through a couple defenders. And a foul called against Elise Lamb. Tried to split a couple defenders there. Camas up with it. Looking to move in transition. Linehan on the move. Over the halfway point. Aggressive poke check there by Nina Bruce. She's tagged with a foul. Katie Brasso. Team's leading scorer. Looking for some room. Cutting back to the left. A couple defenders on her. Certainly part of the scouting report. They know they've got to contain her. More than 200 career goals. Not giving her any room to operate. Now here's Linehan. She's got a shot, and she ties this game up. Karis Linehan finds the net. A couple of free position opportunities for Camas. They weren't able to cash in. At that time, they get it done. Just in the flow of play. Brasso able to kind of draw a couple defenders out from the net. And that created some space for Linehan, who then caught that pass and took full advantage. So 1-1 with 4:46 to go in the first quarter. And off the draw, it's on the turf, and CC's got it again. It's an offside against Central Catholic. Here's Brasso on the move with it, in possession. Brasso cutting right. Off to Linehan. Downhill Linehan, drawing a foul, and this is the third free position shot opportunity of the game already for Camas. See if Linehan can cash in. Josephson's been so good in these situations today. And here's Linehan. Bounces it over. Camas able to stay in possession off the shot. Bellamy over to Brasso. Brasso, patient. Was able to pick up that assist to Linehan on the last goal. 3:28 to go in this first quarter. Brasso trying to come off a screen, an illegal screen called against Camas. It's on Linehan. So possession goes back to CC. Tilly Dieter, nice pass forward. On the move, Molly Mackey sprinting. Central Catholic has numbers, a 4-on-3. Mackey looking for the shot, lobbed it just over the top. Neither team able to get anything going yet in these fast break situations. And a full sprint towards the middle. The shot just misses a bit wide from Carson Walker. CC wasting no time trying to get some shots on the net and challenge Ziemer in the cage. 1-1 our score, 2:22 to go in the first quarter. This is Mackey on the move, and she scores! Molly Mackey makes it 2-1 Central Catholic. So 3 shots in the span of about 30 seconds there for Central Catholic, and the third is able to get by. And it came off a free position shot that Camas wasn't able to convert. Took another shot, and Josephson was able to answer once again. So give some credit to the goalie Josephson, who then threw it down the field and got her team a transition opportunity as well. The defense into some offense there for CC. And a draw back between Lutfia and Brasso. This time Brasso able to win it. For the first time, Camas comes away from a draw with possession. Brasso, nice pass, and a shot blocked away again. It's loose on the turf in the crease, and Josephson's got it. Becca Josephson stepping up and defending the cage so well in this game so far. It's a great opportunity for Maggie Rarer, and the senior not able to convert. But it hasn't been just her. Camas as a whole is doing a nice job creating opportunities for themselves, just not able to get it by Josephson. It's 2-1 CC, and it's Nina Bruce sprinting the other way. Bruce looking for a shot. A couple Camas players able to play her physically. She goes back for attempt 2. Here's Bruce, gets it over the shoulder of Ziemer. And Nina Bruce has a goal. It's 3-1. So the 3 goals for Central Catholic coming from 3 different players. Lutfia, Mackey, and Bruce. The goals for the Rams. And Linehan has the goal for Camas. And the shot count is just about even in this game. The difference is Central Catholic's doing a really nice job finishing off these shots. A little bit more precision. Finishing out the play. CC wins the draw. Mackey. It's a whistle and a foul. Mackey going right back at it. Some space to operate. Mackey cutting right and scoring! Mackey again. Central Catholic exploding now. Up to 4 goals in this first quarter. It was 1-1 until the last maybe 2.5 minutes. CC has scored 3 in a row to take control of this game. Central Catholic comes away with another draw. Mackey. On the right side to Zemp, cutting through the middle. Nora Zemp lost the handle, had it knocked away. Camas trying to pick it up and get going in transition, but they're having some trouble picking up this ground ball. Central Catholic's got it again. Lutfia has it. To the middle, she's got a shot, bounces it in. And it's 5-1. Second goal for Marin Lutfia. 35.8 seconds to go in this first quarter. 4 unanswered for Central Catholic. Draw, Brasso trying to punch it over to Linehan. She's battling for it, but it's tagged for a foul. The whistle goes against Camas. Possession to the Rams. Nina Bruce picks it up and starts going on the run. Lutfia with a 2-goal effort so far. Pressure defense, well done. Deflected and knocked away there by Rarer, but CC able to get it right back before it just bled out of play. The stick of the first quarter comes to an end. Well, the seconds tick off the clock, and it's a 5-1 game. CC in control. It was a game that started with a Central Catholic goal, and then Camas was able to get one back with Linehan before CC, the final 3.5 minutes or so of that first quarter, pretty much dominated. 3 free position shots so far for Camas. They were able to convert on one of them. None yet from Central Catholic. So if you're a Camas fan, you take some solace knowing that they are getting some opportunity. They're creating shots. The shots for a lot of that first quarter were pretty even. But CC certainly able to take control. A lot of those 50-50 balls that were loose all over the field. The Rams started to win those situations the final few minutes, and that really sparked them in transition. Didn't have any maybe direct fast break goals, but they were able to get some shots on and put the pressure on. Sharon Zimp, the head coach for Central Catholic, having her team come out playing aggressive, get downhill on the move with the ball, and it's paying off for them so far. Happy to have you along with us here in the Oregon Sports Beat. Chirs Clayton with you at Delta Park. It's the first year Camas has been allowed to play teams from the state of Oregon, coming up from over the border in Washington to take on this CC team. Again, the Rams, as a reminder, without a lot of their roster today, or at least a portion of it. They are on a retreat this week, so missing this game. But you can tell, obviously, the depth of this Central Catholic program, able to play against a very talented Camas team here and off to a terrific 5-1 start so far. Some of the younger players as well for Central Catholic seizing this opportunity and taking full control. Becca Josephson also deserves a lot of credit. She played a terrific game so far in the cage as the goalie. Josephson, Emma Wilson, Addie Hartmeyer, Sabina Quinteros, Tilly Dieter in there for Central Catholic, along with Molly Mackey, who's got a couple goals in this one. Marin Lutfia, who has scored twice as well. Daphne Scotto DiCarlo in the game. Nina Bruce, Nora Zimp, Elise Lamb in there as well, along with Carson Walker for Central Catholic. Coming off the draw, Linehan looking to win it for Camas. It's loose on the turf. Brasso knocking it around. Camas finally comes away with it. It's on the stick of Kayla Bellamy. She tosses it off on the right side. Mishandle for a moment, but then collected by Charlie Grinstead. Katie Brasso has it for Camas. Cutting to the right, defended closely by Lutfia. Stops, looking towards the middle. Now Rarer. Maggie Rarer running to the middle. Nice move. Got some space, and she's got a goal. Camas able to answer after 4 in a row for Central Catholic. The Papermakers find the net, and it's 5-2. That's the senior Maggie Rarer able to put on a terrific juke there. Going right to left, created some space, gets it past Josephson. And again, we saw that a lot in the first quarter with Camas has been able to create space and create shots. It's just been a matter of finishing, getting it past Josephson where they've had issues. Linehan and Latvia for the draw. And Linehan able to come away with it. 2 draws in a row. Linehan's been able to win for Camas. Some seizing, blossoming momentum for the Papermakers. Brasso looking towards the middle, cutting through and draws a foul. She's hit on the head. And she'll have a huge opportunity from a free position. For the 4th time, Camas the free position shot, trying to get it past Jacobson, or Josephson, I should say. 1 for 3 so far. Brasso launches it in. What a shot. A laser from Katie Brasso, and it's 5-3. So the Papermakers and head coach Bill Brasso coming out in the second quarter with a couple goals in the first 93 seconds. So back to Linehan and Latvia at the middle of the field, where Linehan's got to give her some credit. Her draw controls the last couple efforts have helped Camas get possession and get these opportunities. This time Latvia and CC able to win it. Nina Bruce going the other way for the Rams. The speed of Bruce getting to the middle. And a whistle foul called against Camas. Free position shot for Bruce. For the first time, an opportunity here for Central Catholic. From this close. Bruce not able to finish, off to the left. (5-3) CC leads, 9:36 to go in the first half. Possession for the Rams still. From the X. Latvia with a couple goals in the first quarter. Tosses it back to Bruce underhand. She's able to corral it. Spins left. Bruce in traffic. Loses the handle. Tries a kind of a slap shot there. That would have been a sick finish for Nina Bruce. It bounced on the turf. And she kind of golfed it there towards the net. Just a little bit high over the head of Zemer. Mackey cuts to the right. Molly Mackey defended well, but a foul called. I think it's against Rarer. Either way, Mackey will have a... No, it is against Central Catholic. I think on her follow-through on the shot attempt, she got a piece of a CC player, or a Camas player, and that draws a card. So Camas now playing a woman up. 8:53 to go in the first or in the second quarter, and the Papermakers with a couple big defensive stops there. Now they're in possession. Nearly turn it over and still loose. CC comes away with it eventually after a mad scramble. This is Zemp who has it. Zemp bobbles. Loose on the turf. Camas picks it up, trying to go in transition. Physical play there on the far side. There's a whistle and it went out of bounds. It is Camas ball. So after that chaos, the Papermakers come away with it with Maggie Rarer. She tosses it to the middle. Nice pass and an even better catch. Pass back to Linehan. There's a foul. And it's against Central Catholic. Give credit to Chloe Kaprowski, the junior, on the pass to Linehan. She's got a free position shot now. Becca Josephson, the goalie, trying to step up here. Linehan getting downhill and scoring. Skips it in, and it's 5-4. 3 goals second quarter for Camas. After 4 unanswered for Central Catholic in the first quarter. And CC wants a timeout. Head coach Sharon Zimp calling her team over to have a discussion. With 7:36 to go in the first half. For Linehan, by the way, the sophomore, picking up her second goal this game. It's a Camas team that certainly has a lot of talent, but a young roster overall with only 4 total seniors. Today they're taking on a Central Catholic squad that is young in their own right, but also shorthanded today as they are without a portion of their roster. Not to say the talent isn't there, as we've seen that so far. 2 goals from Ollie Mackey, Marin Lafia with 2, Nina Bruce has a goal. And the goal distribution for Camas, they've had 2 so far from Chirs Linehan, 1 from Maggie Rarer, and 1 from Katie Brasso. Four of Camas, or rather 3 of Camas goals have come from free position shots. So those those fouls that Central Catholic is committing around the cage have really come back to bite them so far. Camas has been able to take full advantage. Well, part of the success, of course, of CC is their aggression defensively, but they've racked up some fouls in this game because of it. Camas, after missing their first 2 free position shots, has been able to take advantage a lot more consistently since. .736 to go in this first half. 5-4 Central Catholic leads. It was 1-1. 4 goals in a row for CC before 3 in a row from Camas here in this second quarter. Out of the timeout. And draw between Linehan and Latvia. Linehan comes away with it just a little bit taller. She's able to reach up and nab it out of the sky. She's had a lot of success on the draw here in this second quarter, doing a great job. Now Brasso fires it along the turf, but just missed it, sailing off to the right side. Grinstead with possession for Camas. Tossing it to Kaprowski. Back to Brasso. Katie Brasso surveys. Lobs it to Linehan. She's dangerous here, and she finishes. It's 5-all. 4 in a row for Camas. And Linehan has a hat trick here in the first half. And the confidence building more and more for Camas as this game goes on. Central Catholic trying to get back on the right track after such a great start to this game. They'll make a sub in. Olivia Ergohart will come in for Addie Hartmeyer for the moment. And back to the draws. Linehan, her success on these draws really helped Camas in this second quarter. Central Catholic won all but one in the first. And it is flipped Camas' way, that exact stat here in the second. And Linehan's got another. Immediately spinning. Defenders trailing her. Linehan right down the middle. Setting up a possession here for the Papermakers. Katie Brasso. In a 5-5 game with 6:29 to go in the second quarter. Camas looking to run a set here. Brasso setting up way out of the left side. Now running towards the middle. Nearly a full head of steam before she shut off. Trying to find an open, flashing teammate towards the crease. Finds Linehan and knocked away. Might have maybe went off the post. Linehan able to pick it up somehow off the turf. A really impressive grab there by Linehan. Keep this possession going for Camas. Papermakers looking for their first lead. There's a whistle and a foul against Central Catholic. So from this free position, here's Brasso. She will take a pass and a finish by Rarer. Nice pass by Brasso on the money, and Rarer puts it in. It's 6-5 Camas. The Papermakers with 5 goals in a row. Another assist for Brasso. Second goal for Rarer. You just see the attention that Katie Brasso gets. She's able to find teammates behind the defense, execute well that time from a free position. It looked like at least some of the Central Catholic players were thinking Brasso was going to shoot that. Instead, she made a late pass to the cutting Rarer, who was able to fire it in. So a dream second quarter for Camas, and the opposite for CC. Trying to get a draw, and they finally get a draw control. Just the second time this quarter, and the last time they were able to do it, they didn't have possession for long. Let's see if they can get a shot. I haven't had a shot in probably at least 2 minutes in this quarter. Trying to break a 5 unanswered goal streak from Camas. Nina Bruce controls in the X and tosses it at the feet of Lutfia for a moment. She picks it up. On the move, here she goes towards the middle. Defended well. The physical defense by Katie Brasso sends her out. Daphne Scotto DiCarlo with possession. Cuts to the right and tosses it over to Mackey. Mackey from behind the cage. Mackey waiting for some movement from teammates, trying to find someone open. She'll try and do it herself. Mackey lost the handle. Whistle, though, and a flag. The yellow flag comes out. And it's against Camas. What an opportunity here for Molly Mackey. Try and tie this game up with less than 4 to go in the second. Already with 2 goals. Mackey puts it in. Molly Mackey with the finish with a free position goal. And it is 6-all. Hat-trick for Mackey. And a much-needed second quarter goal for Central Catholic. You can really feel the urgency there of CC. They knew they needed to get something going. And again, it went back to the draw control. Lutfia able to win a draw there against Kirsten Linehan, who's done such a great job in these draw situations in this quarter. And they took full advantage of that possession. These draws are not to be overlooked. These are really important, especially in a game like this. Both teams are executing really well on offense. These goalies both have their hands full. It's Linehan, Lutfia. And it's CC again. It comes away with it. Came down to the battle between Bruce and Brasso there on the high ball and just bounced the Rams' way. Fia tosses back for Scotto DiCarlo, but it just rolls past her. Central Catholic able to keep it in play on the far side with Nora Zimp. Zimp in the X. .307 to go in the first half. First 5 goals of the second by Camas. Central Catholic with a goal last possession, looking for another. Try and take a lead back. Bruce, physical attack through a few defenders and launched it over the top. And there was a foul called. No, there was not, so they will just play on with that. Possession for CC. Now there's a whistle. And there was a foul against Camas. So huge opportunity here for Zimp from a free possession with 2:23 to go in the second. Zimp awaits the signal. She gets it, launches, and skipped it past. Not able to finish. Caitlin Zemer doing a nice job as the goalie today for the Papermakers. Maybe got a piece of it. Either way, give her credit. Not an easy job. Possession given to Camas with less than 2 to go in the first half. Camas just a mental error there. They're out of bounds. So a gift for Central Catholic as Camas just kind of misread where they were on the field. Here's Latvia spinning back to the left. She'll drop it back to Mackey. She's got the hat trick today. 1:18 to go in the first half. Bruce looking for some room. Creates it. Defended well. The physical defense steps up of Camas. And a foul called against the Papermakers. So a free position shot opportunity on the way now for CC with 1:03 to go in the second quarter. And it's Nina Bruce already with a goal today. Spins, underhand, not able to finish. And Camas goes back in possession. Give it to Zemer. Uh-oh, turned over. Mackey able to finish. Bobbled for a moment. Mackey's got 4 first half goals. Camas with a mistake there, turning it over. And giving Central Catholic the gift that gives them the lead back. How about that? Molly Mackey, 4 first half goals. So Camas scores the first 5 goals of the quarter. CC is answered with 2 in a row. Back to the draw between Linehan and Latvia. Brasso, nice play. Able to knock it away from Mackey and get possession back for Camas. 38 seconds and counting. Could be the last possession, but firing quickly and a miss just a bit over the top from Rare. Possession still with Camas. Grinstead has it. Grinstead goes to Brasso. Down to 20 seconds. Brasso, nice pass. Maggie Rare, the senior, got a few defenders on her, still scores. And she makes it 7-all. What a finish by Maggie Rarer. She's got a hat trick as well. 11.5 to go in the second quarter. Camas gets the equalizing goal. And it was Brasso again on the assist with a nice feed, putting her in a perfect position to finish. It's only 11.5, so whoever wins this draw, if they can do it quickly, got to just move with urgency and let it fly. It's Latvia and Linehan here in the center circle. And here we go. Bounces on the turf a couple times. Brasso trying to come up with it. Whistle. Seconds tick off. And it's halftime. Nothing doing there off the draw, but wow, what a quarter. Back and forth. First 5 goals going Camas way. Central Catholic able to get a couple in a row, and then the Papermakers answer with 1. So all in all, it brings us to a score of 7-7 at halftime here at Delta Park. Get a 7-minute break before we start the second half. Happy to have you along with us here on the Oregon Sports Beat. Chirs Clayton here with you on this beautiful Portland night. The goal breakdown so far: 4 goals for Molly Mackey, 2 from Marin Latvia, and a goal from Nina Bruce. That's the breakdown for Central Catholic. The shorthanded Rams with a portion of their roster gone and away from this game. They're got some of their players out on a retreat, but the players that are here, key pieces of the team, and playing well. They're battling a solid Camas squad from Washington. The breakdown for the Papermakers: it's Chirs Linehan with a hat trick. Maggie Rarer's got a hat trick as well. Katie Brasso has a goal and has assisted on nearly every goal so far in this game. She's been a big factor in Camas' success. We'll have a short break here on the Oregon Sports Beat. 7-7 our score at the half between Central Catholic and Camas. seconds away from the second half. 7-7 our score here at Delta Park. Happy to have you along with us here in the Oregon Sports Beat. Camas and Central Catholic. It was a back and forth first half. If you're just joining us, or if you just needed a recap, it was 1-1 early on. Really, actually, until about 4 minutes to go in the first quarter before Central Catholic rattled off 4 goals to close out the first quarter to build a 5-1 lead. Camas then responded with 5 goals in a row in the second. The Rams with back-to-back goals before Camas able to answer in the closing minutes of the second quarter and make it a 7-7 game. 4 goals in the first half for Central Catholic's Molly Mackey, 2 for Maren Lafia, and 1 for Nina Bruce. Hat-tricks for Chirs Clayton and Maggie Rare in the first half for the Papermakers, and Katie Brasso with a goal as well. Out of the opening draw of the second half, Camas able to win it with Linehan, who's had a lot of success in the center circle today in those draws. And she's got possession now. Linehan, just a sophomore, lobs it forward to Katie Brasso. Drawing a lot of attention from the defense, as she always does. Exhibiting some patience, which she's had a lot of success with today. Just kind of lulling the defense to sleep almost. She'll just slowly but surely kind of walk backwards. The defense will come out a little further than they should, and she's able to find somebody behind them. Now she's got it inside, tries to bounce it through, but it's over the top. And out of play, a late hustle. Nearly getting possession for Central Catholic. Good effort there by Sabina Quinteros, but it's still with Camas. There's Brasso stepping through, knocked away by Josephson. Becca Josephson is the goalie today for Central Catholic. She's done a really nice job in this game, fending off these Camas shots. Nina Bruce showing the speed in a full sprint, fresh out of halftime, creating a transition opportunity for the Rams. Bruce lost it. Mackey scoops it up. Stepping through, got a shot, and she's got another goal. That's 5 for Molly Mackey.
Number 33, back attack, Mackey.
And the assistant coach here for Central Catholic is doing the PA announcing, and he's calling her Mac Attack. So we'll go with Mac Attack. Molly Mackey. Again, 5 out of the 8 goals today for CC. Coming off of her stick. She has been terrific. But it started, you got to give some credit to Nina Bruce with her phenomenal run down the far sideline. Able to get the clear and then create a dangerous offensive possession for the Rams as well. They have taken the lead right back. And the draw is controlled. Still loose. Nobody up with it yet. Still on the turf. Bruce trying to pick it up, and she's got it. She's got an knack for tracking down those loose balls and ground balls. Bruce setting up the offense for Central Catholic. 5 first quarter goals, 2 in the second. Already 1 here in the third. Bruce spins left, working on Brasso, finding some space, and she's sent to the turf. She was pushed, and hopefully she is okay. Took a painful fall there. And we'll have a great opportunity from a free position. Not the perfect angle that you would want for a free position shot, but free position nonetheless. Caitlin Zemer is the goalie for Camas. Here's Bruce launching and finishing. Wow, from a tough angle, Nina Bruce puts it in. And a 9-7 lead for CC.
Score number 21, Nina Slasher.
Bruce with a couple goals now, 2 for Latvia and 5 for Mackey. Central Catholic looking for a out-of-conference victory over Camas. Again, talked about it earlier, but a lot of these players, friends, rivals, they know each other really well. They play club lacrosse with and against one another, so very familiar. It's almost like you're playing a league game when you talk about the familiarity between these two teams. As Camas just hops over the border to come down to Delta Park here to play against another team from Oregon. Camas playing Grant earlier this year as well. Again, success out of the draw. It's controlled by Marin Latvia. Started with Katie Brasso taking the draws for Camas, but Latvia was having a lot of success through it with Linehan. And an offsides is called. It's against Camas. So they reset. And here's Daphne Scotto DiCarlo with a chance here. Waiting for the signal. She will pass it. And it's a beautiful feed and finish. The execution, it's Marin Latvia with a hat trick. And it's 10-7. 3.5 minutes of dominance for Central Catholic here in the third quarter, I should say. And Scotto DiCarlo with the pass. Camas just didn't pick up on it. The way Central Catholic was set up there from that free position, Scotto DiCarlo knew exactly where she was going to go with it. Seeing Latvia set up behind the cage, Scotto DiCarlo immediately lobbed it to her, and they made it look easy. But they did it in rhythm, put it on the money. The pass, the catch, and the shot, all smooth and perfect. She went low into the stick of the keeper, Caitlin Zemer, to make it 10-7. Brasso off the draw. Nice catch by Rarer. Reaching back, running down the middle. Backtracks. Camas showing some urgency as Central Catholic has scored 3 goals in a row. Brasso. To the middle. There's a whistle and a push. That's called against Central Catholic, and it's a big one. Huge opportunity for Brasso. Her only other goal came on a free position shot, a rocket. And she looks like she's set up to fire another and finishes. Almost the same spot as her first goal, and a much-needed Camas answer here in the third quarter.
Score number 12, Catherine Brasso.
7:42 to go in the third quarter. Camas able to control the draw, come down, and get a clean shot attempt from a free position.
Got this, Marin. Let's go Central.
Brasso against Latvia, and again, back-to-back, Camas able to win it. And it's controlled by Maggie Rarer, the senior looking left side. She runs to her right, lobs it to Brasso. She's being defended by Urgehart. Brasso now to the top, waiting for a cutter. Brasso with a couple defenders on her. Now there's, for a moment, looked like there were going to be kind of 3 glued to her. She's waiting for someone to flash open near the cage. Central Catholic staying disciplined, though. Brasso's picked up a lot of assists in this game from Brasso in this position where she's able to draw some defenders out and gets it to Linehan, not able to finish. From the free position, nice pass. Linehan can't convert. Already a hat trick for Linehan in this game. And the sophomore has the ball in her stick now. Linehan lobs it to Brasso. Fakes left, goes right, and scores. Back-to-back goals for Camas and from Katie Brasso. And it's 10-9. 3 different Papermakers players with hat tricks: Linehan, Rera, and Brasso. What a game this has been. Continuing to go back and forth. Just when it feels like one team is going to really run away with it, take control, and the other is able to answer. Well, once the sun went down, you could feel the temperature dropping minute by minute, down to 58 degrees, but there also is a little breeze here in North Portland. Only going to get colder as the night progresses. Out of the draw, it goes all the way out of bounds in possession to Central Catholic. Halfway through the third quarter. Bruce spins left. And here's Lutvia. Dangerous today with a hat trick. A couple goals just in the first quarter. And she draws a foul in the check, but too much there from the defense. And this is the angle where we saw Nina Bruce able to finish just maybe 2 minutes ago. From the free position, Latvia getting to the net, going low, but not able to convert. And it's collected well by Peyton Williams, the freshman. Foul against CC, the ball given back to Williams. Freshman spinning right, 2 defenders glued to her, pressure on the sideline. And another foul against the Rams. There's Brasso firing a long pass right on the money. Look at the execution by Camas. Like a machine. Kaprowski goes back to Rare. Maggie Rare has it. Rare waits for her team to set up. 4:27 to go. Camas has scored 2 goals in a row. A third would tie this game at 10 apiece. Here's Linehan, who's got a hat trick today. Drifting to the left. Trying to go down the middle. The defense shuts her off, but there's a foul called against Central Catholic. Linehan told to back up a little bit and attack from this position on her signal. Maybe a shot for Linehan, but a bit farther away than you would like for this position. Probably looking for a cutting teammate. She'll actually just drift back, lob it to Brasso. Brasso fakes the shot. Going right, will take the shot and miss. Possession still for Camas. Got a nice job by the CC defense. That's all you can do with the attackers both these teams have. When they get that deep and that close to the crease, you've got to do your best to be physical and obstruct the shot as much as you can. Becca Josephson also doing a nice job tending the cage today. Brasso, wow, what a pass in traffic, saved away by Josephson on the Linehan shot. And off the whistle, with possession still with Camas. Again, Linehan had a great shot there, but Josephson able to save it away. Less than 3 to go in the third quarter. Brasso in the X. These possessions here in this tight game, you can feel the pressure. They're starting to get more and more important. Got to take advantage. Brasso lobbing to the middle, nice catch, and the shot, Linehan can't finish. It's scooped up well, though, by Maggie Rare. Didn't have to reset from all the way back on the inline. They just keep it going. What a feed. Brasso finishes. Maggie Rarer with a feed into traffic, a dime, and it's 10-all. Brasso with her 4th goal. Rarer on the assist, and it's 3 goals in a row for the Papermakers. And a timeout taken by Central Catholic head coach Sharon Zimp. And these timeouts are nice. Obviously, you want to get your team on track, make sure everybody's on the same page here, make your adjustments, but also for a little bit of a rest. I mean, there's a lot of constant action there in that 3rd quarter with minimal stoppages. Chance for everyone to catch their breath. It was all CC to start off this 3rd quarter, the first 3 goals. And then Camas able to answer with 3 of their own. Today for the Rams, 5 goals for Molly Mackey. Marin Latvia has a hat trick, and Nina Bruce with a couple goals. Katie Brasso has 4 goals, Rarer with 3, and Linehan with 3 as well. It was 5-1 Central Catholic at the end of the 1st quarter. It's a CC team on their home turf that got off to a terrific start. It's looking like with all the momentum on their side, they might be able to run away with a dominant home victory. Camas able to get back on track, as it feels like we got one of those games where it's just going to continue to go back and forth. Haven't seen any team with a clear advantage in this one so far. They're getting the sense here that we'll just continue to see the changing of the tides, and whoever's got momentum in the final 3 minutes or so probably going to win this game. Also, not to be overlooked is the importance of the draws in this game. We talk a lot about momentum, of course, is kind of a buzzword in sports, but if you can control the draw, I mean, it sounds simple, but you're getting your team that possession, and it can be crucial. So a lot of it comes down to this moment here, with Katie Brasso for Camas and Marin Latvia for Central Catholic. But not just with their battle, but once the ball bounces, who can pick up that ball off the turf and get possession for their team can determine a lot. Brasso launches it back, and it goes to Mackey. Well controlled. Molly Mackey running down the other way. She's got a lot of speed. Those long strides running down the middle. Rarer trying to slow her down, and is able to. Mackey fires a pass off on the right side to Zimp. To the middle. Nice pass. Not able to finish. In the middle there, that was Latvia. Give some credit to the defense of Lorelei McCarthy, this senior, for Camas. 1:35 to go in the 3rd. There's Latvia. She draws a foul. So a huge opportunity now for CC from a free position here. Already with a hat trick. Pretty good angle here. Dangerous. Latvia downhill. Finishes. And it's 11-10. Central Catholic answering Camas' 3 unanswered goals. Latvia has 4 of them now. So in the first half, especially, Camas getting a lot of free position shot opportunities. And with Camas kind of ramping up their physicality in the 3rd defensively, sometimes that can equate to more fouls. Usually it does, and it is so far. And CC's taking advantage here in the 3rd. Ball on the turf, well controlled by Latvia. Her terrific game continues as she throws a feed up to Zimp, who controls it. Or a Zimp on the move. She's got some space. Zimp, she finishes. right out of the draw. I talked about the importance of those draw controls. So went Lafia up to Zemp, and she had some room to operate. Basically a transition goal there for CC, and they now lead at 12-10. 53.8 to go in the third. Straight out of the draw control. The Rams getting downhill.
Do that again, Central.
So Brasso and Lutfia again meet in the center circle. Mackey again. Mackey's done a really nice job in this game overall, able to collect those loose balls off the turf. She's met by Rarer, and a foul by her. Mackey back up with it. Making Mackey reset from where she was fouled, and here we go. Down to 22 seconds to go in the third quarter. Ball loose on the turf. Daphne Scotto DiCarlo trying to pick it up, and she's able to. There's only 13 seconds. Gotta find some urgency. Scotto DiCarlo on the move, down to 6 seconds. 4 seconds. We're running out of time. Gotta let it fly, and they're not able to. Didn't know how much time was left. No shot from Elise Lamb, and the end of the third quarter. So sticking to this script that we've seen throughout this game, the momentum shifting back and forth, the goals coming in bunches for these two teams. Camas with the first 3 goals of the third, Central Catholic with the last 2, and the Rams lead at 12-10 as we head into the fourth quarter. Coming down the stretch, you got to think it's going to be a point of emphasis for these two teams is how they're able to convert off these draw controls and not necessarily just getting a goal straight off it, but really taking advantage of the possession once you're able to come away with it. A lot of times before you know it, you can have a team hold possession of the ball for upwards of 3-4 minutes before you can even get it back. So these draw controls in the center circle become really important. We've seen Marin Lutfia doing a great job for this throughout the game for Central Catholic. And for Camas, they started with Katie Brasso, and then it went to Karis Linehan, and then back to Brasso. But an edge certainly given to Central Catholic, not necessarily just solely because of those two in the center circle, but once that ball is in the air and drifts outside the circle, those ground balls along the turf, CC's found success picking those up and running the other way. And you also got to think about, in a close game like this, the importance of finishing off your free position shots. When you're fouled in and around the cage, your ability to get it past the goalie sounds simple, but it's going to be important in this one. CC was able to draw a lot more fouls in this third quarter in those free position runs towards the net. And the Camas has had a lot of success throughout this game in those situations. They've had at least half their goals in this game come from free position shots. So if the Papermakers can continue to get it into the weeds, get it into the thick of things, and draw more fouls, they've had a lot of success doing so today. And here we go. Ready to start the fourth quarter with 12 on the clock. Chirs Clayton here with you on the Oregon Sports Beat from Delta Park. Happy to have you along with us for this non-league regular season clash between Camas and Central Catholic. Girls lacrosse action. Camas in the Washington Schoolgirls Lacrosse Association. And of course the Rams in the Oregon Girls Lacrosse Association. Both having success this year. Again, CC without a portion of their roster here in this game. Off on a retreat, but still a lot of talent on the field. Trying to come away with a non-league victory. They're up 12-10 now. And here is Camas with Linehan. Oh, tripped up from behind. Nina Bruce sending Linehan down to the deck. Maybe tripped up on her feet there, or contact with her stick. Either way, it's Camas with a big opportunity here. Brasso has 4 goals in this game and has been a huge catalyst picking up assists for this Papermakers team. She surveys the defense. She's found Rare and Linehan a lot. There's Linehan. Oh, it's off the top bar and picked up by Josephson. Trying to launch it forward and get something going in transition. It's an offside called against Central Catholic. Nora Zemp going offside, so a break there for Camas. They're able to get possession back. More than a minute into the fourth quarter. Brasso cutting right. There's a whistle and the stick check foul called against Central Catholic. And Brasso maybe a bit farther out than she would like, but she has been deadly from these free positions today. Looking to pass it left side, had it knocked away. Well defended by Marin Lutfia. And now showing off the wheels, sprinting the other way. Transition opportunity for the Rams. Cutting to the middle. In the air. Bounce on the turf. It's still loose. Finally, Zemer comes up with it. As the ball leaked into the crease, Zemer able to come up with it. And a nice grab there by McCarthy. She's defended well. Just kept in play. Central Catholic, this pressure defense may be paying off. They can come up with this loose ball. There's a foul called and a possession now for Central Catholic. And it's Elise Lamb. Mackey, 5 goals today. Cutting right, lobbing way up over the top. This is corralled by Bradford. Now the loose ball picked up by Lufia. 8:39 to go in the fourth. Central Catholic up 12-10 over Camas. Lufia in the middle. Here's a shot. Knocked away. That was Scotto DiCarlo on the shot. Zemer on the save for Camas. Give it off to Brasso. Brasso looking forward. Trying to find someone to maybe fire it to up the field to get something going. She's able to put it on the money to Rarer. Nice grab. She goes up to Linehan. A couple defenders on Linehan who cuts back to the left and throws it to Rarer. Nice catch. In a decent position here. Back to Linehan. Jukes, spins, whistle, and fouled. So Linehan with a really dangerous free position opportunity here. She's got a hat trick already in this game. 7:46 to go. Camas down a couple goals. And here's Linehan. Shoots and finishes. Gets it by Josephson, and it's 12-11.
Number 3, Chirs Clayton.
Karis Linehan, the sophomore. All 11 of Camas goals coming from 3 different players. Linehan and Brasso have 4, and a hat trick for Maggie Rarer. CC. Not a ton of balance from them either. They have 5 goals from Mackey, 4 from Lutfia, 2 from Bruce, and 1 from Zimp. This is Brasso and Lutfia in the center circle for this draw. On the turf, a sprint between Linehan and Bruce. There's a whistle, and the foul is tagged against Camas. Possession to Central Catholic. Bruce will come up with it at a lot of speed. And there she goes on the far side. Bruce jukes to the right. Bumped by Rarer. And a foul against her. Slammed into Rarer. Well defended. She was in possession. And here goes the Papermakers. Maggie Rarer, the senior. Great defensive play. She tries to throw it up, but just too high over the top of her teammate, Kaprowski. And all the way to Josephson for Central Catholic. The goalie launched it forward. Paddle forward on the sideline. You hear those sticks banging, and it's Camas possession. 6:41 left. Pressure defense by Elise Lamb. Pass up to Brasso. Brasso. Tell she's looking to shoot. She had a sliver of space there for a moment, but well defended, and Addie Hartmeyer comes away with it. Offsides against Camas, and Nora Zemp was trying to get a fast break opportunity for the Rams, but she's called back. The Camas coaching staff yelling at their team to get back. You can tell both teams some fatigue. This has been a battle of a game here. Only 6 minutes left. And that, you see plays like that, an example of some of the tired players, those type of turnovers we don't see early. More and more of those, the game goes on, and that's out of bounds. Popped out of the stick of Kennedy Palmer in possession to Central Catholic. And the official was right on it down the line. He was over midfield the other way, but he had a perfect view of it and a good call there. 5:28 left. CC looking for a little bit of cushion here. Up a goal, 12-11. Zemp throws up to Bruce. Bruce spins back to the left. Bruce getting downhill and scoring. Nina Bruce again, a hat trick. And it's 13-11. Much needed goal for the Rams. They get some cushion here in the fourth quarter. So a lot of game left, but that's a big play there. See the defense is tightening up a bit here down the stretch, and a bit more fatigue from players. The goals can be harder to come by. And 5:09 left, but before you know it, if Camas can't get a draw control here, you can have a long possession for Central Catholic and bleed time off this clock. Going to have to balance if you're the team ahead how aggressive you are. You want to take time off the clock, but you also want to keep scoring. You don't want to let your opponent get back in the game with ease. See how CC approaches this. Brasso, well done by Maggie Rarer, controlling that ball from a crowd. It's running the other way. She's able to clear it over, get into the attacking area now as well. Rarer jukes to the left. Draws a foul. What a chance now for Maggie Rarer. Rare maybe looking for a cutting teammate, or maybe she'll just let it fly. 4:39 and counting to go. Throws left, and it pass to Linehan is off target. Collected near the side. I thought it was not. Yes, it was. Nope, now it's Central Catholic who has it. So a mad scramble, and CC looking to go in transition. Up ahead to Zimp. Off the turf. Able to pick it up. Well done by Zimp. Taking some contact, running back to the left. Zimp trying to do it herself. And you can see her fatigue as she took some shots there. She was running down the field as well. Tosses it back over to Mackey. And she draws a foul. Clock now under 4 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Mackey trying to add to her 5 goals already. Mackey gets the signal. And the shot knocked away. Well defended. And Camas able to get possession now as well off the whistle. 3:20 left. Papermakers doing a nice job defending from that free position, but now they got to produce some offense. Central Catholic trying to shut the door and seal the deal on a non-league home victory over Camas. Running towards the middle, Kaprowski. This is Chloe Kaprowski drawing some defense. Got 3 defenders around her. Gets it forward off the end of the stick of Grinstead. She cuts left. Now in the middle, Linehan. Karis Linehan and Camas down a couple goals. 2:37 left. Linehan gets a screen. Gets to the middle. Lobs it towards Brasso. Underhand finish. Great execution by Camas. It's 13-12 from Linehan to Brasso, and she's got 5 goals now. 13-12. Well done by Brasso, just staying outside the crease. And going backhand, underhand, low under Josephson for the goal. Talked about earlier, but these type of draws here become really important. Central Catholic wanting possession to bleed some time off this clock. Camas, of course, needing this ball to have their hopes stay alive if they want to even this game up. And Maggie Rarer comes away with it again. She goes back to Katie Brasso, team's leader in goals and assists. Foot on the gas. Running through, shooting, and bouncing over the top. Grinstead able to be close enough to it. She was trying to scoop it up as quickly as she could, get right back on the attack. But off the shot, of course, still Papermakers possession with 1:51 to go. Knocked away, well defended by Tilly Dieter. Still Camas possession. Linehan. Passing. Rarer shooting, it's knocked away. Grinstead knocked it in the air. It's loose, and Hartmeyer's got it. Well done as she passes it up the field to Mackey. Big play right there. Addie Hartmeyer collecting the ground ball and passing it up. And whatever happens here with Mackey, this is killing time, what Central Catholic really wants with a 1-goal edge and 1:14 left. Ball bounces to Elise Lamb. Whistle and a timeout by Central Catholic. Sharon Zimp, the head coach, with 1:05 to go. Probably wanted to make sure her team knows their goal here, which is kill the last minute of this game if you can. You never know as a coach. You make sure everybody understands, hey, the most important thing here is that hold on to the ball and don't allow Camas a transition opportunity the other way. So that's kind of the job as a coach a lot of times, is to understand the time and score and understand the goal. It's a growing moment for both these teams. Not every game you play is close and comes down to the wire like this. So win or loss for both these squads, it's an opportunity to play in these moments. It can really help you moving forward when you get down the stretch and maybe even in the postseason. You have played in close games before. You've been in these moments, and it can really help you. For Camas and head coach Bill Brasso, and for Central Catholic and Sharon Zimp, the leader. Well, it's been a heck of a game. We've been treated to a battle here at Delta Park. It was a 5-1 lead for Central Catholic after the first quarter. Camas able to storm back with 5 goals in a row to go up 6-5. Since then, we've been pretty back and forth. The largest difference in this game was that 5-1 edge that Central Catholic held at the end of the first quarter. So for Camas out of this timeout, of course, they're trying to cause a turnover and get this ball back. And you don't have to necessarily be full desperation or full sprint and launch, but you've got to move with urgency. Depending on how long CC is able to possess the ball out of this timeout, it's almost certainly going to have to be a fast break shot for Camas. So this timeout might really benefit the Papermakers. They get a little bit of time to rest, to catch their breath, come out and exert a lot of energy here trying to cause a turnover and get possession back. Here we go out of the timeout. Possession for Mackey and Central Catholic, trying to kill time. Already 57 seconds left. Mackey running towards the end line. The game a keep away right now. Gotta apply some pressure. And the freshman Peyton Williams on her. Mackey strong in possession. Her head coach Sharon Zimp electing to go to her to kill time here down the stretch. Now Maggie Rera coming after it. And she's got it. Well done. Over to Brasso. Brasso's got to run the other way. She drew a whistle. There's 25 seconds. Wasting no time. Here's Brasso. Ahead to Linehan. 20 seconds. Chirs Linehan. Down the middle of the field. Cuts left. Spins. Linehan jukes. There's 11 seconds. Back to Brasso. A collision. A whistle. 4.8 seconds. And a golden opportunity for Katie Brasso. She's already scored 3 times in these situations today. From free position, trying to tie it up. Becca Josephson, the goalie for Central Catholic. Brasso has shown off that rocket launcher of a shot from these positions today. Gets the signal, fires the shot, saved away in the crease, and it's over. The Rams win it 13-12. Becca Josephson shuts the door with a save. Game over here at Delta Park. What a game, down to the wire. Give credit to both teams. And it was Brasso who had not only 5 goals, but also at least, I think she had, by my count, 4, maybe 5 assists in this game too. So she got them to this point down the stretch, not able to finish. Josephson played a terrific game in the cage, helping Central Catholic to the 13-12 victory. For Camas, 4 goals for Chirs Linehan, a hat trick for Maggie Rera, and Katie Brasso with 5 goals. But for CC, a shorthanded roster today. They've got a chunk of their team away on a retreat this week, but they were able to come out and draw off some of their younger players and still the amount of depth of talent that they do have. Molly Mackey led the way with 5 goals. Nina Bruce really came alive in the second half. She ended up with a hat trick. Marin Lutfia with 4 goals, and Nora Zimp had a goal as well. After a 5-1 start to the game, through 1 quarter, Central Catholic was in full control. Camas was able to bounce back, but ultimately the Rams win it 13-12, our final score. Thanks for joining us here from Delta Park from our entire Oregon Sports Beat crew. Our executive producer, Ryan Johnson. I'm Chirs Clayton. CC wins a non-league out-of-state game, 13-12 over Camas on the Oregon Sports Beat.